Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're in the right place at the right time. Today is Wednesday and it is 12 noon, and we are here for another episode of the Noon Report. I am your host, Dr. Ron, and I'm so glad you took time to come out and see what we had to say on today. I tell you, last week we got a lot of comments about quote unquote the clown in the car. So if y'all like what you see or don't like what you see, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We ain't got no problem with it. So now, before I get started, as always, I like to give a shout out to my mentor, Dr. Hunt. Dr. Hunt and I have been traveling in life together for 30 plus years. And out of those 30 plus years, he has been a blessing to both me and my family, just like I have been a blessing to him and his family. So I encourage you, get a mentor, somebody that you can talk to, help you navigate these things in life. So definitely get a mentor, and then definitely get a show so you can shout your mentor out. All right, moving along, we got a few topics for you guys this week. It's been very event filled, as you well know. The first thing I want to talk about is small government. What I call small government are the communities around big cities, like Chicago. In my area is a big city, and the town I live in would be considered a small government. Well, they fly under radar so well that people don't get a chance to notice when they're underserving the community. We keep an eye on what's going on with the big city so much that has nothing to do with us. And we miss out on products, goods, and services that our small government can provide for us. And that's the reason why I talk about small government lately, is because they've been falling short. You know, my town in Country Club Hills has been so ramped up with trying to be an entertainment venue that they lost out on what their real job is and what they were elected to do. And I'm sure Country Club Hills is not the only one that has fallen short when it comes to government not doing their job. So I shout them out every week. Get on your job, do what you're supposed to do, and let's leave all that other stuff alone. Okay? Case in point, leave it alone. That ain't your job. All right. I want to talk about what's going on in my local state of Chicago. This is something that I talked about on yesterday on my regular show, and I'm going to talk about it again today. A very good friend of mine passed away, Casper Cha Cha Slide. And I know him very well, and I know his family very well. And I know it's been something that the world has been talking about, but I just want to make sure that I give the man love and honor because he was truly a friend. He's been on my show before many times. He's kept me up to date on what's going on in his world and his events that he has going on. And yet he's gone. You know, I'm going to miss him. I love him dearly. You know, I pray for his family, and I encourage you to do the same thing. I'm going to miss my brother. You know, we used to have conversations from time to time. And I tell you, been in the business a long time, and he knows a lot of people in the business a long time. And we've conversed about that on many occasions. So I just wanted to give my brother a shout out. Also, I want to talk about Clarence Thomas, Justice Clarence Thomas. And I'm laughing because Clarence Thomas is in the news again on this week. On this week, they discovered that Clarence Thomas, who's been bragging about his RV. He has an RV, I guess, that he travels across the country with his family or whatever. And according to the news report, it ain't even his. He bought it with other people's money. Somebody put up the money for Clarence Thomas to get that RV. Just like, we reported before that Clarence Thomas was getting money to his wife's organizations, his mother-in-law's organizations, and anything else that they could pay him to gain favor. Billionaires have been flying him on boats, yachts, planes, everything, to exotic vacations, and he's been accepting it. So it's safe to say he's bought and paid for it 10 times over. But yeah, they brought it up in the news on this week that Clarence Thomas used other people's money to pay for his RV. I don't know about you, but I feel kind of, some kind of way about it because, politicians and rich people, they want influence, and to have a Supreme Court justice in your pocket, that says a lot right there. So I'm feeling kind of some kind of way about him having that opportunity. And that's just, other people don't get RVs paid for them, because if they did, they would be up before an ethics committee. So once again, another opportunity to promote, let's put some rules on the justices that they should have to live by. President Biden, coming up in his upcoming election strategy, has planned now to put signs all across the country talking about all of the projects that his administration instituted since he's been in office. And on that same sign, he's going to be putting up all of the Republicans that did not vote to get those projects up and going, but yet are taking credit for it. Republicans are going back to their home states and their jurisdiction and telling them, oh, I got this done for you. And the community applauds them like they have done something. But they forget that the record reflects that all Republicans refused, let's build back America, with the construction and infrastructure bills and all of those things that this administration has done, but yet the Republicans are taking credit for it. I don't know where they do that at, but they have been doing it. And I love the idea that this administration is finally going to strike back and say, hey, we're putting these signs up to show you this project was funded and approved by the Democrats, not the Republicans in your district. I love that idea. That sounds like a very positive move to finally let give your representatives a report card on what they're fighting against, the people need and the people want. So if you don't want this work done, then don't take advantage of it. But you need to know that your Republican representative didn't vote for you to get anything going good. Okay? Just need to know that. Let me see what we got here. This just came in. Oh, I love this. The New York Times report that false electoral scheme that came up, where they're now prosecuting Trump on for the January 6th, and the scheme consisted of having false electors, bringing in electors saying that, hey, this is the correct and the right vote. There's now a memo that has been discovered with that scheme written on it. Now, this is being reported by the New York Times today. Okay, today, the New York Times is reporting that the scheme that they came up with to get false electors, the ones that cast a vote in each state, was written down on a memo, and now they have possession of it. So this whole scheme is really getting ready to blow up real good into a, as you say, in those crime stories, all the king's men and all the king's men, all the king's women and all the king's men are gonna fall right along with the king. Okay, all these people that were in cahoots are now being exposed, according to the New York Times. I just want to make sure you know where that came from. The New York Times is saying, they just reported this today, that this scheme, this plot, this criminal act was discovered on a memo. They wrote it down and they didn't get rid of it. Boy, how smart is that? All right. Last but not least, I want to talk about what took place in Alabama. Now, everybody's been, making their memes and their shorts and their videos about the battle that took place in Alabama, Montgomery, Alabama, where a group of white men attacked a ferry boat operator and physically began to beat him up. Now, what they didn't know was that they thought they could beat this man up and get away with it because they in Alabama. But on that day, there were many blacks, employees, and guests on the dock that came to his rescue, and they began to beat those guys like they deserve to be beat. First of all, this is an employee doing his job. For those that don't know the story, he was moving a boat that was parked in the ferry boat's parking space. The ferry boat couldn't park until this boat moved. So he went and moved it. He was blowing his horn. They didn't come move the boat. They ignored the horn being blown. They ignored all requests. And then when he moved the boat, they had nerve enough to get an attitude with him and began to attack him. So all of the people that witnessed this attack, of course, it was videoed in great detail, they began to teach these folks a lesson. No, we're not going to sit back and let you beat us like it's slavery time. And they began to beat them like they should have got beat. There was even an incident where a person took a chair and began to wax one of the white people over the head with a chair in defense of defending that elderly gentleman. So I'm like, go head on. That's black power on another level. Beat them just like they would have beat us. And then they went to jail because the videos reflected who was at fault. They attacked that man first. This is a case where justice got served and a few heads rolled. I love it. Now, if you're one of them people that's interested in the chair thing, you can go see it. They got memes out there. They're dealing with what took place with the chair and all of that good stuff. And it's hilarious. Some of the things, some of the people poking fun at this situation, but it's very serious. It's a very serious situation because people begin to think like Karens, that they feel like they can attack and launch attacks on black people because they're black and get away with it and they're white. White is right. Okay. Well, guess what? That ain't happening no more. Okay. Well, look, I think I covered all my topics on this week. Please pray for our fearless leader. I talked to him before the show. He's not feeling that well, but give him a shout out. Hopefully he'll be well enough to join me on next week. I want you guys to think about joining our network family. We're here on Street News Now. And if you're interested in bringing your show or podcast over here, please do so. Go up to streetnewsnow.com, fill out a form, and somebody on our administrative team will get back in touch with you and help you sort out the details of your show or your broadcast. And then we'll have space for you to be able to do it. We've talked to several people are interested in bringing their show here. So the sooner you jump out there, the better it'll be for you, because you can lock in a time slot that's best for you. Also, I want to say, please subscribe, like, and share. Please subscribe, like, and share. We need you guys to support what we're doing. Appreciate y'all. All those that watch the show in your own time zones and around the world, thank you so very much. Continue to do so. And I look forward to talking to you guys real soon. So for today, continue to be blessed, stay blessed, and be safe out there, y'all. Peace.